How's it going out there? This is Feedurina. So are insane asylums proof of the supernatural and possession? And so doctors and scientists have came up with formulas to diagnose their patients with certain disorders. And so are these mental disorders actually possession is the question, because some of these diagnoses involve speaking to others that no one else can see. They call this schizophrenia. And so in the reports I've read and have researched, with schizophrenia, people can develop this condition where they hear people talking. And then one person said they heard people talking outside. And then when they go to look outside, nobody's out there. And then the voices started getting closer and they started hearing the talking in the house. And then nobody's there. And then the talking just continues and continues. And then most of the reports involve this talking to be not just normal talk, normal discussion. No, it's not just the thoughts in your head. No, these discussions have been reported to usually end up becoming pretty vulgar discussions. And it can be violent discussions. It can be just profane discussions. It could just, these voices just are usually said to be angry and, just really just voices that the person cannot really handle anymore, because these voices won't stop. So the scientists say, well, this is probably a condition, so we'll put you on some medication and and evaluate you, maybe commit you to a building and take care of you. But some of these scientists have spoken up and said, they've had interviews with these subjects and they knew things sometimes that they shouldn't have known. And, the discussions revealed that something was off with some of these patients. And when they try to bring it up to the authorities, to the people in charge, usually it's in your career or if you're in school or something, if you notice anything, no, it's shut down immediately. They said, no, go to your textbooks, everybody, turn to page 353, and this is what you're observing. It's like the guy said he kept on trying to alert people about what was happening, because he worked in that field, and it was impossible to alert anybody about that. And I think it was putting his job in jeopardy. So yeah, so he also had a report where he was interviewing this subject, this patient, and things started happening. I think they said like the wall started cracking down the, cracks started appearing in the walls, and things started shaking and stuff. Now, what sounds like an earthquake or something. So, but you could also say maybe something else was happening. These reports just seem to have a lot in common with people with these conditions. They all have this thing in common where it just seems like these voices are not very friendly voices, and they can't get rid of them. And then, like I said, what I keep hearing is they hear these voices, and then some of these people see, it looks like they're like talking to somebody. I've walked past people like this in restaurants before, or I've seen them on the streets, like sometimes they try to hang out around like fast food joints or something, or try to like, because usually they're homeless, so they try to um, grab a booth in McDonald's or hang outside the McDonald's, or like, or they'll be outside gas stations or anything like that. But so these people, I've seen them, and it's like they're talking to somebody, having a full conversation with something. I seen somebody at a bar one time, same thing. It was like he was standing outside and he was having a full conversation with somebody and looking at something and talking to them. They saw something, and so I'm thinking what's going on there is something had possessed them. They somehow got opened up to possession. And now that thing lives with them somehow, like in their body, I suppose. It lives with them, and they don't want to go. I think Jesus encountered a guy like that before, they said, and he had to cast the spirits out, and they ended up fleeing into pigs, and the pigs ran off the cliff. So, and there was a lot of them in one person. So with my personal observations, I've seen these things, and yeah, it looks like something's living in them, and they can see, sometimes they can even see, it looks like they can see these beings, and because they're in their mind, they can manifest before them, and the patient can, or the victim, or whatever you want to call them, can physically see something and interact with that thing, and carry on long conversations with this thing. And scientists have dismissed this as just a mental condition. Every single case is just a mental condition. Now look, yeah, maybe there's some mental conditions like this. There could be, like, I'm not gonna rule that out, but I don't think every single case is just a mental condition. Really, it almost, to me, seems like a lot of, like, most of the cases are probably some type of spiritual possession or something spiritual going on, and so I don't see how these scientists are just, they refuse to, like, admit what is really happening. Like, how are these atheists out here just like allowing the scientists and doctors to just really just convince them that things like this is just nothing, and then they just say, just so they can continue on with their illusion that life is just a big accident and there's no creator or nothing, and there's no anything like that. No, they just, and such hardcore evidence is right there for them to observe and see for themselves that something is going on in this place that we call Earth, more than just physical, more than just what the physical realm. If scientists were being honest and wanted to really be honest, well, like I said, they some of them have been honest, but they get shut down real hard. Like, there is no going forward with these. If you try to bring up something like this, they have this stubborn attitude about anything like this, and it's like, wow, like, how are we supposed to evolve as humanity if we're just shutting out just anything we disagree with? We are not having that conversation. That's the type of society that's increasing now. A lot of things are happening like this now, where we can't have that discussion. That's not how we are going to progress, is just shutting out discussion, dialogue, discourse about things that we might not completely understand, but just to say, no, this is what it is. This is what's happening to these people. And that's it. There's nothing else to talk about. Vehemently deny any type of investigation into this that's in the spiritual. Just refuse. Well, that's not the way that we progress, is it? Can't wait for something to happen to where we can finally move past this, because truth is a big deal. And I have some more videos on the way where we're going to discuss much more things that I kind of want to bring up now, but I got to save these for some other videos. So anyways, what are your thoughts on some of these diagnoses, these mental conditions? We covered schizophrenia. There's bipolar. There's multiple personalities. Multiple personalities. That sounds a lot like what we discussed with there was a legion of beings in one person. They even had something like that in that movie. What was that movie? Mr. Glass. And then there was three of them. There was 3 movies that covered this type of thing. There was 3 movies, and Unbreakable and Split, I think. So yeah, in those movies, that it covers these people ended up in mental asylums, insane asylums. But here's a spoiler alert, but the catch was, after you watch the trilogy, so they all end up in mental asylums, but the thing is, the person that was keeping them there and treating them actually knew these people were telling the truth. They knew the whole time. It looked like they didn't believe any of that stuff that they were saying, but really they knew what type of people these were, what type of these people had the movie spun it like they had superpowers and super abilities, and that could be true too, because sometimes people with possession that are possessed can obtain these these supernatural abilities and powers, even like they say psychics and fortune tellers and stuff like that. These people have these so-called powers, but they're really tapping into the spiritual realm and interacting and making deals with these beings that nobody else can see. So there's a spiritual realm down here. Now, these spirits it's most likely they don't have bodies, because there's another theory that there's multiple realms all in this one realm, just in different frequencies. So if you go into the other realm, it would be a physical world. But from my understanding, there's also, and that's a hypothesis. So we don't know. I kind of like that hypothesis, but it's, we're just brainstorming here. But also there's a realm where I suppose it's more biblical related, because there's another realm where they're saying there's a spiritual realm, and there's beings down here that are stuck down here because they were kicked out of heaven. And they say a lot of these beings were from the giants, the Nephilim. The fallen ones had, created beings, and when those beings' lifespan was over, these beings were stuck down here because they had nowhere to go, really. And then a lot of the beings that had fallen got banished down way below in some type of abyss or something, Tartarus or something, where I think it even says they might be getting out sometime. In the book of Revelations, I believe it said something about them possibly being set free sometime. I don't know. Maybe we should look more into that some other time. But yeah, there's definitely lots of talks about spiritual beings down here. on this earth that can't get out of this place. They can't get past the firmament. Nothing can get past the firmament, spiritual or physical. And so this firmament would keep these beings here and trapped down here with us. And so that's how they were able to start making deals with people here. They even have like the music industry where they're saying a lot of these music artists are making deals with these spiritual beings. And so, yeah, what do you guys think? Is there something to all this? Like, are there a portion of these insane patients? Are they actually possessed, spiritually possessed by the fallen ones? I would think so. I would think so. Plus, with their behavior, with their behavior is usually criminal, or not. I mean, not all of them, but some of their behaviors are just, it's there's like what they call the criminally insane. Those would be the worst ones. So, yeah, we have some more to discuss, but I can't bring it up in this video, so we'll save it for another video because it's a whole nother topic, but it's related. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you can help this channel out, I'd appreciate your support. If you can chip in at least $1, I'll leave links in the comment section and description box. Also, I'll leave links to more videos if you want to do some more research with me. Plus much more. I got secret videos, everything in the description box. So a lot of social media links, everything. So check out the description box in the comment section for these links, and I'll see you all soon. I'll see you all soon. I'll be coming back with another video, and I've been posting like every day for a while now, so I'll try to keep that up. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. This has been Feed Your Mind signing off.